Hello everybody, Twig the Deer here.
And Nezumi.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Marvel Rivals. What if? And for today's video, I'll be presenting... Wait, Nezumi, give the mic back.
We'll be presenting Black Cat as a duelist.
You really couldn't resist the perfect choice, huh?
Twig, that was so cringe.
It would have been exciting if I made her a Vanguard before those theories started floating around. Fun fact actually, Kingpin gave her a super soldier serum that's comparable to the one Captain America has, if not better.
Well, it's too late now to change anything, so start the video already.
Fine. Let's just get started, shall we?
Before we get into the primaries and etc., I'll have Twig explain her passive.
This passive is centered around Black Cat's bad luck ability, and even though some people think luck abilities can't be implemented into a game like this, my rivals will prove this belief wrong whenever she drops into the game later this week. I've decided to be a little creative when it comes to her bad luck abilities, so they'll be implemented into her kit through the use of coins. Whenever she activates a bad luck ability, she flips a coin. If it lands on heads, the ability has an enhanced effect. If it's tails, the effect is reduced, or it causes an unpredictable outcome. This explanation can get confusing, so I'll try to explain it in the easiest way possible. We all know a coin has two sides, heads and tails. For our kit, each side represents a different effect. Here's what each one does. Up first we have heads. If one coin is on an enemy, Vanguards will lose 50 HP, Duelists will lose 25 damage output, and supports lose 25% healing output. Each loss is over time and it isn't instant, so it will take a while to notice these effects happening. Here's what happens when 2 coins are on an enemy. Usually, enemies have a 100% chance to land their primary attacks onto an opponent, unless they have terrible aim, of course. But whenever Black Cat puts 2 coins on an enemy, those odds get lowered to 80%. Enemies will now have a 20% chance for their attacks to misfire. Range attacks don't hit Black Cat at all, and it will show an animation of those attacks disintegrating near her, or flying past her. And melee attacks will show an animation of Black Cat dodging out of the way if she's moving during this, but if she stands still, it will show an animation of the attack going in a different direction. This effect doesn't apply to Black Cat's teammates, but to her if the enemies are trying to kill her. Once 3 coins are on an enemy, it will apply a bleed effect whenever she does her primary claw attacks. Each swipe does plus 15 more damage, and the bleed effect takes 10 HP per second. This lasts for 4 seconds, so after it's up, her primary won't apply the bleeding effect / extra damage anymore. But if multiple enemies have 2 coins on them, her timer will increase. Here's an example. Mantis has 2 coins on her, but then Black Cat manages to put another 2 coins on Squirrel Girl. Because both of them have 2 coins on them, the 4 seconds gets boosted to 8. The maximum amount of time she can have this effect active is 24 seconds if all 6 of her enemies have 2 coins on them. Lastly, whenever 4 coins are on an opponent, Black Cat has a 20% chance to not get hit by any attack that comes her way. But if she does get hit, that attack will deal 50% less damage towards her, but only for the first contact with whatever move comes her way. It reduces the percent of the attack's original damage count by 50% to avoid confusion. So let's just say an attack does 100% damage, it will get lowered by 15%.
In addition to this, 2 coins give her plus 20 overshield, 3 coins plus 30 overshield, and 4 coins plus 50 overshield. Note this can be stacked to a total of 100 total overshield for her if she manages to save up the previous ones and not take any damage. After 4 coins are on an enemy, it will have to be reset in order for her to start gaining more. So only 4 coins on a single enemy at a time in order for her to gain more overshield. That way it's not absurd. The cooldown for her gaining overshield is 10 seconds if she manages to get 4 on multiple enemies. Each coin lasts for 10 seconds, no matter how many coins you have on an enemy. Once the 10 seconds are up, 2 head coins will be removed. Her passive is called Bad Omen, so with that being said, let's move on to her primaries. Black Cat's first primary attack is her cat claws, and this allows her to make 2 swiping motions in the air before ending the attack with a spin. It takes 10 hits to kill a 275 HP target. Black Cat's cat claws, that's a mouthful. Primary air variant when used allows her to jump up with both her feet, doing a front flip and then slam down onto her enemies, gracefully doing more damage than her normal primary attacks. This takes 5 hits to kill a 275 HP target. Moving on to her abilities. Just a little heads up, this paragraph is a little bit long, so if I stutter, I am so sorry. Her first one is called Feline Assault, which allows her to crouch down and charge a leap. Holding the button increases the distance and damage, and aiming upwards allows her to jump over obstacles or higher vantage points. Hitting an opponent while airborne or within those few seconds of landing will have her pin them to the ground as Black Cat slashes them 4 times before jumping off. After jumping off the enemy, she'll go back by 3 meters and leave the enemy stunned in place for 1.33 seconds before they're able to move again. Same as her stun move, it's also 1.33 seconds. This move gives a head coin when used, and its cooldowns can be reset if conditions are met. The coins do stack after each use of this ability, so if Black Cat were to use this ability on you multiple times, it would be more than 1 coin. Example, Black Cat jumps at Spider-Man and gets to use 1 head coin. She decides to jump on Spider-Man again, giving him another coin. Black Cat is allowed to do this because 1 head coin is on an enemy, so she's using her 6 seconds to stack up the bad luck effect of her bad Omen passive. This cooldown is 4 seconds if you use this move for extra mobility, which is basically missing your opponent. If an opponent has a coin on them, this cooldown won't go off, and you'll get your ability back. Basically, Black Panther is conditioned to get an extra dash when his marker is on an enemy.
Black Cat's second ability is called Cat O' Nine Tails, which allows her to use a whip and lash it at the enemies for 5 seconds. This changes her primary claw attack. If she holds down her ability, she can increase the duration for an additional 5 seconds if needed, and when the 8-second mark hits, she'll do an extra 2 lashes that will deal 25 more damage than normal hits. She's allowed to move while she's using this ability, allowing her to change the direction of the whip. In addition to this ability is also able to aim at flyers if you desire, and it has a 25-second cooldown. Cat O' Nine Tails has a variant that quickly lets her bring the enemies towards her, doing an additional 20 damage. This variant is unlocked after you use Cat O' Nine Tails for 2 seconds. Here's an example. Daredevil has his move that lets him grab someone as he pulls himself towards them, and once this move is used, he'll gain his RT variant that lets him do a cross-chop motion towards the enemies. But if Black Cat decides to use the other variant, she's allowed to change her primary and pull out a whip again, as she's able to swing onto any surface to get away, giving her another mobility option, and you have about 2 seconds to use this option before it gets taken away. If we want to think about how the swing will work, it's exactly like Spider-Man. Black Cat's third ability is called 9 Lives. Yeah, I know, because cats have 9 lives. Ain't I a genius? And once activated, any attack that comes close to Black Cat's wave won't be effective for 3 seconds. It will show after images around Black Cat as she continues to terrorize the backlines. This cooldown is 35 seconds. This ability can be used to her advantage if 4 coins are on an enemy.
Black Cat's final ability is called Gas Pellets, which doesn't do any damage, but it does allow her to toss 6 of the pellets as the smoke fills a 10-meter spherical radius. If enemies are caught in the smoke, their screen will start getting foggy, making it harder for them to see. This foggy debuff will last for 3 seconds even after you leave the pellet radius, and the cooldown is 15 seconds. In addition to this, her melee lets her do a swift kick to the opponent.
Before we get to her ultimate, I'll talk about her gimmicks. Black Cat's gimmick allows her to have 2 jump abilities like Spider-Man, and she cannot use that double jump again until she lands back onto the ground. She can also climb up walls or run on them like Spider-Man and Venom thanks to her claws. In addition to this, she can also hang upside down the walls like them. Everything they can do, she can basically do better. If a wall has a flat surface, she'll get into the position shown on the screen as she perches off of it while staring at the next enemy as she's getting ready to target them. Be wary of Black Cat in your pack lines. Ooh.
Now that her abilities are done, let's move on to her ultimate. Take it away, Twig.
Black Cat's ultimate, also known as Cat Burglar, will allow her to bring out her whip and lash at the enemies as it will take away their strongest abilities for 10 seconds, making it locked off for that duration of her ult. Her ult is 1 meter in length, and if you think that's too short, I'll show you the range right now in game.
Here's an example of how her ult works.
Black Cat ults, she whips Dr. Strange, her team kills Dr. Strange, he respawns, and then he realizes he's unable to use his portal ability for those 10 seconds. Her ult voice lines are the following. Her team voice lines will have her say, "I'm nothing but bad luck, baby." Her enemy voice lines will have her say,
"Aw, you thought you were getting lucky."
Now I'll go into detail about which abilities gets taken from the enemies and how to counter it. Here are the abilities that get taken from each Vanguard. Angela, her passive, Spheric Soar. Hulk and Monster Hulk, Incredible Leap. Captain America, Leading Dash. Deadpool, In Your Area and Weapon Swap.
Doctor Strange, Pentagram of Valhalla, Emma Frost, Psychic Spear, Groot, Iron Wall, Magneto, Metal Bulwark, Penny Parker, Bionic Spider-Nest, Rogue, Ability Absorption, Thing, Yancey Street Charge, Thor, Awakening Rune, and lastly, Venom, Symbiotic Resilience. Now to the duelists, we have Black Panther's Spinning Kick, Black Widow's Fleetfoot, Blade's Bloodline Awakening, Daredevil's Internal Fury, Deadpool once again, Hazard's Hijinks and Weapon Swap, Elsa Bloodstone, Ruthless Pursuit, Hawkeye, Hypersonic Arrow, Hela, Soul Drainer, Human Torch, Blazing Blast, Iron Fist, Dragon Defense, Iron Man, Armor Overdrive, Magic and Darkchild, Stepping Disc, Mr. Fantastic, Reflexive Rubber, Moon Knight, Ancient Ox, Namor, Aquatic Dominion, Phoenix, Psychonic Detonation, Psylocke, Psyblade Dash, Scarlet Witch, Darkseal, Spider-Man, Web Swing, Squirrel Girl, Mammal Bound, Star-Lord, Rocket Propulsion, Storm, Goddess Boost, The Punisher, Coaling Turret, Winter Soldier, Bionic Hook, and lastly, Wolverine's passive Regenerative Healing Factor. Last but certainly not least, here are the abilities that get taken away from strategists. Adam Warlock, Soulbound, Cloak and Dagger, Shadows and Light Embrace, Deadpool, Bouncing Bubblehead and Weapon Swap once again, Gambit, Access to Healing Cards, Invisible Woman, Guardian Shield, Jeff the Land Shark, Hide and Seek, Loki, Doppelganger, Luna Snow, Ice Arts, Mantis, Spore Slumber, Rocket, BRB, don't worry, I'm still here, Ultron, Imperative Firewall, and White Fox, which is a new addition to the game, her Fox Form Awakening. And just for fun, I was thinking some of you viewers might wonder what if Black Cat were to take the abilities of the concepts we made so far for people like our version of Moon Girl and Deadpool, so I'll list those now. Moon Girl loses her Terrigenesis egg, Devil Dinosaur loses Power Up Phoenix, our version of Deadpool loses his cheeky controller ability, Nova, which is, well, a character I haven't really told y'all about yet, but he has his riff ability and, well, he'll lose that. And Black Cat herself will lose her 9 lives ability. Now, if you're wondering, this is the way to slightly nerf Black Cat's ult and or counter it, so I'll go over that now. If the enemy dies during the fight when Black Cat's ult goes off, then their ability will still be locked after they respawn until the timer's over. Then they'll gain their abilities back. Please keep in mind that every character's strongest ability is based on my personal opinion. If I were to give my reasons for each one, we'd be here all day. But if Black Cat dies, then their abilities get unlocked, even after Black Cat uses her ult. It has to be around the time her ult goes off and that leftover timer. Whenever Black Cat ults, her primary gets changed to her whip, and she has to hit the enemies in order to take their abilities. She only has one try, and her ult can miss. Once activated, you actually have the option to cancel it, similar to Squirrel Girl's ult when she's about to do Squirrel Stampede, where she's waving around her slingshot. Fun fact actually, the one chance Black Cat has with her ult is a reference to how thieves technically have one chance to take what they want from whatever house they're stealing from and get out of there.
Moving on to her team-ups. Black Cat's first team-up is with Spider-Man and is called the Spider and the Cat. Once activated, Spider-Man's blood clusters will apply the heads coin onto any enemy, which allows them to put up to 5 coins onto the same or different enemies. This gives Black Cat 25 plus overshield that will apply if she's at full HP, and its cooldown is 70 seconds. Black Cat's second team-up is called Betting the Odds, and this is with Domino. Once affected, Black Cat's Cat on 9 Tails move will apply a lightning effect onto the enemy as it does tick damage for 5 seconds, dealing 10 damage per second, while also stunning the opponent for 0.9 seconds. This gives Domino a 25 plus damage boost, and this cooldown is 80 seconds. Black Cat's final team-up is with Daredevil, and it's called Devil's Tango, which allows Daredevil to gain the Tails coin, and once Daredevil dies, the coin effect will be applied to the enemy, dealing out more bad luck onto the battlefield. This is a passive team-up kind of like Adam, Mantis, and Star-Lord's old team-up. This cooldown is 60 seconds.
The final section of today's video is Cosmetics and Extras.
First up is the Night Spider Epic Skin. This skin gives Black Cat an ultra spider-like suit. I will say I do absolutely love this skin, but I do really wish Black Cat would be given more color within her outfits. She looks great, but girl really needs more color. Next up is the Absolute Catwoman Epic Skin. For this skin, I decided to give her a bit more color. The original reference gave her some new color, but I wanted some things to pop out more, so I gave her some purple accents like the official Rivals model has. I personally think purple is a great accent color for her. Now we have her first legendary in the Black Cat 2099 skin. This is one of my favorite skins I drew for her. Even though I said I wanted her to have more color variety, this is one I'll have to make an exception for. It just looks really cool, so I don't mind limited colors. Lastly, we have the Iron Cat legendary skin. Black Cat, but give her an Iron Man-like suit. Need I say more? Also, the pink accents are really nice and bring out the white very well.
To wrap this up, if you have any characters you like in this series, let us know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, make sure to like, subscribe, and hype up this video so it can get across the YouTube algorithm. But until then, this has been Twig the Deer,
And Nezumi.
and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Okay, so as of recording this, Nezumi has just updated me that Black Hat has officially came out. We watched the vision and all, but we still have yet to actually watch the gameplay trailer. But Black Hat is confirmed to be a duelist, so let's just hurry up and get to the gameplay trailer immediately. Alright, so we have the Black Cat gameplay trailer here, and yes, she is confirmed to be a DPS. Let's see what she has in store. Yo, she has her whip, and like, there's like a claw attached to it. Okay. She has the coins, guys! That first hit, let's go! Yo, she's running Punisher's pocket! And she... Bro, where's that claw move? Oh my god! She's killing the wall! Let's go! Oh my god, I actually predicted this so much. She has like a little, like a black shot thing, like Lobo. You can see through walls, guys! She can see through walls! Oh my god! Bro, she might have to be an instant permadeath in comp, but I also kind of want to learn her a little bit. Her F ability changed here, and yeah, she's stealing Doctor Strange's portal here. Okay, so they have a flanking option. He's going for the old, I think that's like an anti-spear thing. I'm not sure. Did she use the pun I just did in the video? Oh my god. Okay, she's invisible again. She has 800 coins. It's like the old. Okay, whoa. The old.
Good boy, Petey.
Okay, good boy next. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh my god. Yo, I might have to learn her. Oh my god. I'm at a loss for words. Hi again, Twig here. I know I was technically supposed to end the video off here, but I accidentally forgot some information that's very key to her kit. So, well, let me explain. As I was editing this, I kind of was editing late at night, and well, you know, mistakes happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna leave a timestamp so y'all can skip to this to get the information for her Tails effect. So right now I'm gonna play the audio of Nezumi saying the Tails effect, and you know, y'all will just have to jump back and forth between timestamps to get all the information so you're not confused. Sorry for all this information and for, well, the hassle of probably having to go back and forth, but this is the only way I can try to keep all this information in the video without butchering any of the footage, so I'm sorry. Man, I want to crash out.
Her tail effect will take place if 3 head coins are on an enemy. When she dies, the tails coin effect will happen, and whenever she gets within 15 meters of the enemy, they'll be unable to hear her sound cues for 10 seconds. This applies to whoever gets the final hit on Black Cat. This passive has a 30-second cooldown.